So I'm having this issue here, like everybody else with this HVAC system, is that the air only comes out of the floor vents and the defrost, which is, from what I found out, is the default mode for the AC system. Let me turn this off. But and I have manual setup, of course. So what happens is that yeah, so the air only comes out of the default mode, and I bought a new actuator, which is the one on the left here, and apparently I've broken it somehow. But I think it wasn't completely broken. But what happened was, when you buy the actuator, it has some type of white clip that goes inside here, and you have to remove that clip. And in the process of me removing that clip, this whole piece came out, and so I had to put that back in. But then once I put it in, it was out of calibration, so I had to get it. So I had to recalibrate it by using alligator wires and a 9-volt battery, and got it back into its setting. So what I did was I put that in and calibrated it, and nothing. So I don't know if I broke the actuator when I tried to get that white clip out, or whatever the case was. So I learned some things, and one of the things I've realized is that, after reading a few forums, that if you take the HVAC 36 fuse out, which is, sorry for the junkiness of the truck, I don't plan on keeping this thing for much longer, which is that fuse right there. So it's above the 15 amp fuse. That's the HVAC 36B fuse. If you unplug that, the air will come out of the vents, and only the vents. So at least it lets you know that it is somewhat working. But then when you put the fuse back in, it doesn't come out of the vents anymore. So what I tried as a personal experiment was let's see, turn this light on here. So right there, that's the blend door actuator. But if you see right there, that's the wire that goes to the actuator. There's like an oval type knob to the left, actually to the right of the wires, but to the left of the square or the rectangle thing, which is, let's see if I can get this at a better view. This thing right there that I'm touching, you can turn that, and that will circulate the air out of the different modes. So that actually goes into the actuator, and that turns. So what I'm realizing is that when you turn that, what you're gonna do right now, my hand's gonna block it, but when you turn that, you can actually control the mode door. But it stops at a certain point. I don't know why, but where it stops at is I guess in between the mode. So but if you turn it counterclockwise, it'll go to the last two of the default modes, which is the floor vents and the floor / defrost. But I can't get it to turn any more from that point on if I turn it clockwise. So that's the issue I'm having right now. I don't know what to do about that. I'm assuming that the door is stuck, because no matter what I do as far as calibrating or recalibrating these actuators, nothing is working. But yet, strangely, when I unplug that HVAC B fuse, the air wants to come out of the vents. So I'm assuming it's just the door is messed up. So if anybody have any solutions to this, then feel free to share.